and welcome to Indie Social. This is the podcast where I, Dylan Yeager,
and Michael Huntington
interview independent filmmakers. And today, we got a very special guest. Do you want to introduce who that guest is?
Yeah, we have Kevin Isaacson on the show tonight. We're going to be watching a short film on top of the world later on. And yeah, we actually had Kevin on the show not too long ago when we were doing the audio version only.
Back in the day when we were old school. But now we're stepping up in the world, and we are shooting this beautiful thing in 4K.
Right. This feels crazy because I feel like I'm having a little bit of deja vu right now, almost if we've already done this. But we haven't. This is totally the first time. So anyway, yeah, we have a good show tonight. Make sure to stick around, and you'll be able to talk with Kevin live. Ask about his filmmaking career. We'll be hanging out for about an hour or so. So without further ado, go ahead and roll that intro.
Yeah. Welcome to the show. Indie Social. I know you'll love our guest today. 'Cause what we've got for sure will amaze. So take this time and put your stress aside and come with us. Don't be shy. Just take a seat and enjoy the ride. Oh, we are Indie Social.
And cue the Star Wars theme music because Facebook is about to premiere Mara Jade. I believe I'm pronouncing that name right because Star Wars names are hard. But Mara Jade is a Star Wars story which is produced by the WSC Hot Attic Film School, and that is premiering tomorrow on Iowa Film. Guys, check it out. There's a lot of local talent, a lot of hard work being put into that, and it looks pretty cool. I've saw some behind the scenes for that, guys, so check it out. And Keaton Fuller is a really great filmmaker. He is holding a casting call for his web series that looks absolutely hilarious, and I was actually a part of a table read for that, so I'm telling you guys, it's really good stuff. He is holding a casting call. It's called Friendly Faces. This is the third episode called Stabby the Clown. This is going to be located in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Dates are November 5th, 6th, and 7th. This role is special, and I'm excited because it's for my friends and family out there in the LGBTQ community. This role is for a gay man named Caleb, and Keaton is strongly preferring auditions for the members of the LGBTQ community to audition for this role. More details about the role and episode on Iowa Film. And Jake Parks, he's a local filmmaker and actor, I believe. He is looking for some headshots in the Des Moines, Iowa area. So photographers, look for him on Iowa Film. I believe it's a fairly recent post. He's needing some headshots. I know there's some good photographers out there. Hit him up. And let's see here. Michael E. Berg. He's a part of Counterfeit, and he is needing anywhere between 4 to 6 individuals, a mix of men and women, for background at the Ducktail Lounge on Sunday, November 14th. List of requirements and more details on Iowa Film. And Kevin Isaacson, does it really matter? I don't know. He's a pretty good filmmaker, though. He is bored and wants to watch your spooky movies. I think he likes spooky movies. So if you have a spooky movie, hit him up. And, that's a funny coincidence, guys, because I believe he's here today. Maybe a guest on our show, I believe. Michael? Is he a guest today?
Yeah, man, I think so.
All right, guys, welcome our next guest today, Kevin Isaacson, everybody. Come on up, bud.
Glad to be here.
You had quite a drive.
Yeah, it's about a 3-hour drive down.
Yeah.
You gonna be okay?
Yeah, I just listened to some.
You listen to some podcasts?
I listened to some podcasts on the way.
What's your podcast of choice right now?
Indie Social?
Other than Indie Social, Indie Film Hustle, Bulletproof Screenwriting, a lot of Alex Ferrari stuff.
Have you watched Smartlist yet?
No, I haven't.
Listened to Smartlist? That or Dax Shepard's podcast is super good. I always listen to those. They normally have like celebrity guests on there. Actually, Dax Shepard had Quentin Tarantino on there, and it was a really good episode. I'd recommend
will
it.
have to check it out then.
Yeah. So what are we doing tonight? Why are you on the show?
I don't know. Why am I on the show?
I like you a little bit.
Good question. Hey, I just want to say it is good to be here. It's nice to be in 4K, although now that I'm here, the audience is probably wishing we were in 1080p. But,
I prefer 720. Maybe 480.
There you go. I'm here to talk to you, gentlemen, but then also to show On Top of the World, which is a film we shot back in the summer of 2019 already.
Dang.
Before the world went nuts.
Yeah.
And we shot it in 3 days at Arnold's Park, Iowa. They were gracious enough to let us use the amusement park over there. We rode the Ferris wheel a lot. The film, basically, kind of the seed of the film came from a question. What if somebody proposed to somebody and they said no, but they were in a kind of a captive area that they couldn't get out? And how would they deal with that, having to be stuck there after the no answer? And so we kind of went from there and kind of built the story around that.
That's awesome. So how long did it take to film? Was it a pretty quick production? I know you have an amazing set because it's an authentic Ferris wheel, right?
Yep. It took us, we filmed Friday evening and then all day Saturday, all day Sunday. So about 2.5 days.
And it was pretty run and gun, right? You had it pretty much just on a shoulder rig the whole time?
Yep, shoulder rig. And Mike, Godfrey, and I, we rode the Ferris wheel with the actors, and we didn't have much room to work in because we're in the gondola. We're in the gondola, so we didn't have a whole lot of room to work in. We're kind of trying to flip around. They're really gracious with us over there.
So did you actually have like real customers there, like on the Ferris wheel as well? We're like, what the hell are these guys doing up here?
Yeah, we said, if nobody was coming up to the Ferris wheel, just leave us at the top. We have some stuff to shoot. But as soon as somebody would come up to the Ferris wheel, we said, just start up. We don't want to interfere with your work at all, your patrons. So if somebody got on and they had to start up the Ferris wheel, we would just ride it until everybody got off, and then we'd shoot some more. And
have you ever been on a Ferris wheel since? Because I think I would never
not want to do it anymore.
I have not. We got off, and Mike and I were talking that it still felt like we were moving up and down all the way home, and it'll still be a while before I want to ride a Ferris wheel.
How many times would you say that you kind of went around? Too many? Too many to remember?
Too many. I think we figured it out that a total throughout the weekend we rode the Ferris wheel for about 9 hours.
Wow. That's got to be some sort of like world record maybe. Have you looked into Guinness?
It might be. The last couple shots we're like, let's do this in one take because I'm starting to get nauseous.
Yeah.
I'm just moving up and down.
Before we show the film, let's see here. Michael Menard said, hello, fellows. And he also said the Tea Party was an absolute genius film.
Oh, thank you.
Which I would agree, man.
Thank
Love
you.
that film. And then Jake says, Team Deacons podcast? Did you?
Oh yeah, Team Deacons podcast.
Okay, what is that?
It's Roger Deakins, the cinematographer.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, that's some high level stuff.
Okay, cool. I'll have to
really
check it out.
It's really neat hearing a master and how he does his work. So that is a
Awesome.
good podcast.
Sweet.
I'm personally a fan of Conan O'Brien's podcast.
Yeah, he's got a good podcast too.
Yeah,
What is
I
it
love
called?
Oh, jeez.
Best
Conan
Friend?
O'Brien Needs a Friend.
There you go.
Oh, man, I love it.
All right, cool. Well, without further ado, let's go ahead and roll Kevin's film.
a unicorn for milady.
Why, thank you, my fine young prince.
The finest creature to walk God's green earth for the finest lady in all the land.
Okay, Joe, now you're just getting weird.
That's enough, Casanova. Who's up next? If Wyatt here can do it, anybody can.
You know, you could have bought a whole herd of unicorns with the money you spent there.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have meant as much.
Sure it would have. It's just a stuffed animal.
That, my dear, is more than a stuffed animal. What do you say, Sandy? I got a few tickets left.
Sure.
Are you Hank?
Joe? Donnie said you'd be by.
You know what to do?
I got you. At the top. Joy.
Just like our first date. Sandy, I have something to ask you.
You didn't.
Will you marry me?
I don't know what to say.
Well, the typical response is yes.
No.
Did you say no?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, I said no.
No.
No, I don't want to marry you.
I don't understand.
No, I do.
I got that part. I don't understand why. I thought we had something.
I really, really like you, Joe, but I just don't think we have that something.
We don't have that something?
We have something, but we don't have that something.
And what kind of something is that something?
I don't know, just something else.
But something else than what?
Just something.
We do have something though, right?
We have something, but I want something more than something we have. What are you thinking?
How high we are.
You're not gonna jump, are you?
Jump? Are you crazy?
I'm sure you're upset.
Not enough to jump.
Okay, then.
That's why you don't want to marry me. You think I'm crazy.
I don't think you're crazy.
You thought I might jump.
Doesn't mean I think you're crazy.
And, how many sane people do you know jump off Ferris wheels? There you have it. You think I'm crazy.
Fine, I think you're completely wacko. Happy now?
Not really.
Suppose you want this back.
What am I gonna do with it?
Oh, what am I gonna do with it?
Keep it. I want it for you.
I really don't want it.
Fine.
You didn't have to go and do that.
Maybe somebody down there wants it.
How much longer are we gonna be up here?
I told him to keep us up here long enough.
Can you yell down there?
What?
Can you yell down there, see if he'll bring us down?
I'm not gonna yell down there. We'll be down any minute. See?
Congratulations. Or not. Not go so good?
You could say that.
I believe you dropped this. I thought you might want it back.
Oh, actually, I threw it away.
I just know it came from the Ferris wheel. It hit me in the head.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's a lovely creature. Maybe the finest on the land.
That's what I say.
May I sit down? Sit down?
Please, sit. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Joe.
What?
Oh, my name is Joe.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Oh, sorry.
It's fine.
Clumsy. Yes, it is. So, what brings you around here? Say, would you wanna go on a ride?
I'd love to.
You're not gonna ask which one?
Doesn't matter.
Hank, this is Elizabeth.
Nice to meet you, Hank.
Pleasure's all mine. All ready? Way to bounce back, kid. You need me to,
I want you to have this.
You're not gonna throw it away again, are you?
No, I'm giving it away. To you.
You turn this fine creature over to me?
Absolutely, milady. Elizabeth.
What are you doing?
Here I am on the top of the world with the woman that I love. Elizabeth, will you marry me?
You didn't. Yes, I will marry you.
You have made me the happiest man on the world.
I, the happiest woman. Should I? Yeah.
He really likes that unicorn.
Of course he does. It's the magical protector over all the kingdom.
Well, he's drooling all over the kingdom's protector.
He's just giving it a bath.
Can we ride the tilt-a-whirl?
What, you don't like the Ferris wheel?
It's kind of boring.
There is nothing boring about the Ferris wheel, Nick.
I like it, Daddy.
Thank you, Amber.
Girls.
It's a romantic ride, Nick.
Like a prince and a princess.
Exactly.
Gross.
I can't believe Amber's off to college. Our little girl is all grown up.
I can't believe Nick has graduated college. Remember all those times we never even thought he would make it out of high school?
How could I forget? Every late night study session. I thought I was done with that when I graduated.
I miss those times.
Yeah. Me too. It's great that he got that job.
He'll love Seattle.
I just wish,
You wish what?
just wish it wasn't so far away. You know, we won't see him as much anymore.
Every Christmas.
Yeah.
And every summer. We are going there every summer.
You know how hard it can be to get away in the summer.
I'm sure the company can survive a week or two without you, right? Right?
Yes. I'm sure they can.
It's a plan then.
softball.
That's great, sweetie. You know, your daddy used to be a great baseball player.
Can I show you, Grandpa?
I would love that, sweetie.
I'm so glad your mommy and daddy let you come out for the summer.
Me too.
Do you like the Ferris wheel?
Yeah, it goes really high. It's like being...
On top of the world?
Yeah. Can we go get some cotton candy?
Of course, sweetie.
Beautiful night, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And being with you makes it that much more beautiful.
You're always the romantic.
I can't believe you still have this thing.
I wouldn't give it up for the world.
It's just a stuffed animal.
Oh, Joe. It's more than just a stuffed animal. It's the first symbol of our love. It's where we started. The most beautiful creature in the world, remember?
Are you done, Pops? Oh, sir? Sir, excuse me?
Elizabeth, my love. Thank you for the ride.
On this day, I say I do. On this day, I say I will. To the journey through and through with you, my love. Let thy light guide us. Praise bless us as we go on this day. Commit to thy On this day we commemorate the promise we each make to grow and change, united in one flame. Let thy light guide us, grace bless us as we go on this day. Commit to thy way forever in faith, together in one flame. Through the darkest nights and the sunny days, the clear blue waters and rocky terrain, holding your hand, this love sustains. Together we stand in one flame. Let thy light guide us, grace bless us as we go on this day. Commit to thy way forever in faith, together in one flame.
And welcome back. Go ahead and show some love to Kevin for that beautiful film, man.
Thank you.
Clap it up, clap it up. Right off the bat here, I just want to shout out Michael. Thank you for tuning in. Jake, thank you for tuning in. So I just wanted to go ahead and read some of their questions real quick because they were asking them during and throughout the movie.
Hey, man, I got to ask you real quick. How do I pull up those questions on here?
You should just go to the YouTube page and it should be right there.
It's not.
Live chat. Click live chat.
Where?
You know? I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and read a question and I'll help you in a second.
Okay, thanks, man.
Question for Kevin. Do you always use super thick accents in your work? If so, why? Because later on they commented, they're like, Tea Party also has accents. And then Run also has a bit of accents. Is that sort of something that like you're into?
Well, it's fun to play around with the different accents. Tea Party was actually not my idea with the accents. That was the girls in the film actually asked if they could try that. And we said, yeah, sure. So they came in, performed it. We loved it, so we kept it in there. So in Run, the hitman did have an Irish accent. That was in the script, and Jacob was able to pull it off. Kind of a funny story behind that was he came in and auditioned with that accent. Well, one of my producers, kind of my partner, Michael Godfrey, is really good at the different accents.
Yeah.
And so after Jacob left, and Jacob knows the story, so it's no secret, but after Jacob left the room, Mike's like, I don't know, that was more of a Scottish accent. It's like, he pulled it off. We're going with that. I don't think anybody's going to know or care. But
yeah, I think he killed it, man. Yeah, I thought he did a very believable job, so shout out.
Yeah, so we like to play around with the accents, but sometimes, the cast just likes to add that in as an extra flavor.
We got another thing here. Michael says, this was indie filmmaking at its best. Original story with controllable locations. Absolutely a short film to learn from. Take notes, student filmmakers. So you got some love there.
Well, thank you.
And then Jake also says, I love how oh my gosh, I'm going to mess up this word. How do I say it, Dylan?
Seamlessly?
There you go. It switches genre, which, so what would you classify this drama as? Or the genre as? I've drank too much already.
I mean, I guess you'd call it kind of a romantic comedy because there's some humor in it, kind of leaning heavily more on the romantic. But
I do got to say, my favorite moment in that is when I can't think of the character's name, the male gentleman at the end. He's like the elderly man, and he's just like getting off the ride for the last time and walking away. He just pulled that off so well.
It was fun. We actually shot that scene during the day.
What?
And I was watching the playback, and I didn't like it.
Oh, okay.
And I said,
thought you were about to tell me you did day for night. I was like, how the hell did you do that so well?
Then I am a true filmmaker.
Right,
I can
right.
pull that off. But no, we actually shot it during the day, and I didn't like it. It seemed like it was missing something.
Sure.
And so I talked to my wife and daughter who were doing all the makeup and said, hey, can we do this night? And so we actually waited till dark then and reshot that scene. And as we were shooting it, as you could see, we still have the glass in the glasses. Sometimes when you're filmmaking, you take the glass out so you don't get the reflection. Mm-hmm. But as we were shooting it, and I saw it, and just hit me. I mean, I get kind of shivers right now because you can see the Ferris wheel, the lights reflecting in his glasses. And it just was a beautiful shot. And I said, we have to keep that. And so I'm glad we reshot it.
In the script, was it originally wrote like daytime as well? Or?
I believe it was written during the daytime.
Okay.
And I think I did that to think, okay, it's going to be easier to shoot during the day.
Definitely, yeah.
But it was just so cinematic at night, and it was one of those happy accidents.
So were you able to bring on a light for that, or was that just kind of like the natural light from the amusement park?
I think we did bring on. I think we brought on just kind of a work light type thing, nothing real special.
Nothing too crazy?
If I remember right. I don't recall for sure, but I think we just threw one up.
So what sort of inspired this film? Is it kind of based on...
I was about to ask that too. Tell us the day you sat down.
Because it seems a little personal, I would say. You were kind of talking during, like, this is maybe something that you and your wife maybe would have talked about while you were having your kids,
It's a script that... it kind of came from a what if question. And it all started with, what if this proposal, you give this proposal and they say no, and you're stuck in this spot here with this person. And I just kind of started building off that. And I like the idea of the Ferris wheel being kind of the cycle of life, and you're kind of riding through the life, and you see your life as just one big ride with this partner that you go through life with. And yeah, it's a very personal story because I do have 3 kids. I have 3 grandkids. My granddaughter was actually in the film. She was the little softball player. But yeah, it's very personal going through that. And I kind of explored those emotions of growing up and the kids moving off, and you wish the kids were closer, and growing through life with your partner. And yeah, it was... I would even tear up as I was writing it because it did bring up a lot of those emotions.
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely, man. And and I think you wrote the dialogue so well of like what they would say. And yeah, man, it's a beautiful film. Like I was telling you, I think I watched this at the premiere that you had. Where was that at again?
That was in Hampton. And
that was such a cool premiere, man. Is that your first time? Was that your first time having an event to like show your film in front of people other than film festivals?
That's the first time we showed that film. Before every film we've done, we've always shown it at a theater first for cast, crew, and family. The previous films we had always shown up at the Lake Mills Theater in Lake Mills, Iowa. And shout out to them because they've been really gracious with us with, putting together the DCPs and stuff. You can do the DCP out of Adobe, but I really have a way to test it.
Is DCP like a file then?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a file type.
We just recently...
The digital cinema package.
Oh, yeah. I've never heard of it. We recently just premiered our film at like a Marcus Cinema, and all they wanted us to bring was like a DVD. And then like my friend was telling me, oh, you need this certain file. I was like, man, no one ever told me that. So I never knew what a DCP was.
Yep. So yeah, to play on the big projector and fill the entire screen, they needed a DCP. Well, I didn't have a way to test that. I could export it, but then Lake Mills would allow us to come in when they weren't showing a film and
that's
test
not
out
only
our DCPs.
You also filmed part of The Most Forgettable Man in that cinema, right? Is that the same?
That was in the Hampton one.
Oh, okay.
And Hampton's been very gracious too. Beautiful theater in Hampton. Is
that the one where you had the premiere? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. And doesn't Colt work there?
Colt used to work there. I don't believe he works there any longer.
Okay, because he was your inside guy.
Yep. So yeah, we filmed part of A Most Forgettable Man there, and then Colt actually appeared as one of the Ferris wheel operators in this film. So,
right.
Beautiful theater though. If you have a chance to check it out, it's It's an older style theater, kind of classic architecture, and out in the hallway they have all the autographed pictures of stars and stuff. So it's a neat theater.
I don't know if you remember it, but do you remember how Dylan showed up as what was the character's name?
Howard Doubler.
Yeah, we made a whole improv documentary, and you played that off so well. If you guys want to see that, I think it's on your YouTube channel.
Yeah,
that's fun.
We literally just walked up in front of Kevin and just put a camera right in front of his face, and you just acted so. You should be an actor, man. You played it so well.
I'll leave that to the professionals.
There you go. So reeling it back here, you're not a new filmmaker, but you kind of started it later in life, right?
Yep.
When did you first start getting into filmmaking, or when did that first thought come to you, I kind of want to start making movies?
Well, it's kind of been a process. I wrote when I was little. I think I discussed this first time I was on the podcast. So I saw Star Wars,
right,
and it was a big influence on me and what I wanted to do. Well, life kind of took me different directions and got into music and pursued that for quite a while. And then I came back. I was kind of going through a dark time around 2008 and got back into just writing. And I was going to send off my scripts, and I'm just going to write, sit here in my office and write and send them off, and hoping somebody make my movie. And it wasn't happening. And I'd write shorts. I did place in. I was a quarterfinalist in Page. And I rewrote a script for a producer out of Canada. And so I was little successes along the way, but nothing was making it to the screen.
So I got to stop you there.
Yep.
Okay, so back in 2008, so that was did we have Facebook in 2008?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Did we? We didn't have Iowa Film.
No, Iowa Film.
So okay, I want to know how people, because we were back in middle school.
Yeah, I would have been 12.
Yeah. So how did so you're talking about short films and writing things and sending them off to producers. How did you learn how to do stuff like that? Because we learned this stuff through film festivals, local film festivals, networking that way, and Iowa Film and meeting people that way. So how did you learn how to do all this stuff, sending it out to people?
Just scouring the internet for information on.
I guess there was internet back then.
That's true. Yeah, it was 2008. It's not 1985.
We're not quite that old.
Yeah.
Thank you for making me feel old, though. But
I was trying to be
back in the ancient age.
But yeah, we had the internet and everything, and I think we had MySpace back then.
There you go. MySpace was
okay. I'll tell you what. I remember MySpace. I remember how you could customize your Facebook pages. You can make those things fall.
MySpace.
Yeah. What did I say?
You said Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're so ingrained with Facebook.
Yeah. I like MySpace. I miss it.
But yeah, I just scoured the internet, and I made connections and sent stuff off. And actually, one of the first scripts, there was a site back then, and the writers out there may know this site. It was American Zoetrope, or Zoetrope was a website.
No.
But they had a spot where you could submit your scripts, and then other writers can review it. And some of them, I got a lot of great feedback. There was one guy, my first script I posted out there, said, "You should never write again.
Oh my God.
Throw this out. You're worthless."
So the internet was always a cruel place, what you're saying.
It's always been kind of a bad place.
Well, you're a great writer and a great filmmaker,
thank you,
man.
thank you.
Don't
Well, looking back at that first script, he wasn't entirely wrong, But
do you still have access to that first script?
I might have it on
deep
a hard
in the
drive.
archives.
It might be on a hard drive someplace that I might destroy before I die.
There you go.
So, but I wasn't seeing anything made. So I was writing all this stuff. I wasn't seeing anything made. So in 2017, I just said, I'm going to make something. I'm going to shoot something. And actually, to take a step back, I was complaining to another filmmaker friend of mine, as we always do. We vent to each other and help us through these things. And I was talking to Travis Calvert, who was a filmmaker at that time as well. And I said, I'm writing this, sending it out. I'm writing this for this person, this for this person. They're all falling through. Nothing's getting made. He goes, you have the technology. Just make it yourself. And so that's what I did. And I called up Mike Godfrey and Frank Boyd and said, hey, do you want to do this? And they go, well, we don't know how to do it, but sure. And so that's when we went out and shot Oliver Short, which was our first film.
Was your first film. And that's also a beautiful film. But how did you learn the camera? Was that from YouTube, or was it also?
I'm still learning the camera.
There you go. But so 2017, obviously that's not too long ago. So there was a bunch of resources, I guess. But how did you get, because your first camera was the T6i, right?
Yep.
What made you purchase that camera over what else was on the market? Was it just something that was at Walmart, or how did you find it?
Actually, my son had purchased it.
Oh, okay.
And he wanted to use it for photography. But then I was talking about doing filmmaking, and then about that time he needed money. So I said, hey, I'll buy the camera
buy it from you, man.
So I bought it for the price he paid for it. And so actually on the first night on set, I had to call him up and say, how do you turn this thing on? And so I was learning it as we went, literally as we went. But there are some websites I did check out, Film Riot.
Film Riot, I think,
a lot of those.
Is where you go, man. If you want to be a filmmaker, I still feel like Film Riot, and they have a great podcast as well.
Yep.
Film Riot is where to go, man. That's the free film school almost. I've learned everything from Film Riot. Jeez.
You got it, bro.
Yeah.
I sent an email off to Ryan Connolly.
Oh, really?
Because of how big of an influence it was. Because that's where I learned a lot of the special effects, and how to edit, and everything else. I mean, they're the source of these films, you know.
Yeah.
And so I sent him an email saying how big of an influence he is on me and how much his work has helped. And I actually got an email back, really nice,
man.
generous email back, and I was just floored. So
Dude,
really cool guy.
Yeah, Ryan Conley is so cool, man. And then on his website, I don't know if you've ever checked it out. He has his films on there, but he also has like raw behind the scenes.
Yep.
You can purchase the film and also purchase the behind the scenes, and like they're like 2-hour mini documentaries, and they're also so informational. Film Riot is easily the best thing that you can learn from. We got a question here from Michael. He says, Kevin may have answered this, but I had to walk away. What's your basic loadout look like? Camera, audio, etc.
Oh, getting into the technical stuff. This film we shot on a Canon T6i, and it's just basically the kit lens. I'm not a real camera aficionado, I guess is the term. I know how to get a good shot. And that's about it. I know before we started up tonight, you're asking me about, different lenses and stuff. It's like, I don't know. And this was actually the kit lens that came with the camera. And the reason we used that, we actually figured it out when we went over like a month before to do a scout of the location. And the person that manages the amusement park was taking us around, and they had the Ferris wheel on the ground. They hadn't even put the Ferris wheel gondolas on the Ferris wheel for the season yet. And so we were able to just sit in the gondola and find out which lenses would work. And at that close proximity, the only lens that I had that would work was the kit lens. So that's what we shot the entire film.
Do you know what the kit lens is? It like an 18 to 35
I
or
do
something
believe
like that?
so.
I think we have the same one that I would use for my C100 that died today. But kit lens is awesome, man.
I know all the cinematographers are out there just cringing, but it's like...
dude, you got to use what you have. And like, you clearly show that you can pull it off with the kit lens, man.
Well, I really admire that about you, where you're like able to just use what you have and make it work. Like... You're like, what?
Dude, I'm broke. It's like,
well, you're like me, but better. Like
better.
Literally, like I could pull out my camera, like my phone, and like if I actually had like the motivation to like try to make a short film with my phone. But like you're like, oh, you're like you admit like you're not like you use what you got, but you know what I mean. But like that's so cool though, and like this is a beautiful film.
Thank you. As far as the audio we still struggle with. That's
for me, and I'll just say that, like, dude, we've kind of come up, like we've talked about maybe getting audio and trying to do that, but it's like I'd almost just rather pay someone or use someone who like specializes in audio, because clearly, as you can tell, we don't. So I'm a big voucher for like find someone who kills it in audio, but also it's like I get it being indie, you kind of want to be that all in one studio almost, you know?
Yeah, you want to learn at least the basics. And the audio recorder we use is like a Zoom H4n, I believe it is, with a Sennheiser boom mic. But we had a lot of issues with sound during that film because there's a lot of sounds that happen around amusement park they're trying to shoot.
Did you have a dead cat on there? Like, were you able to muffle some of that?
Yeah, we did have a dead cat on
Okay.
there. And then when we're up in the gondola, we couldn't put the mic up high, of course, because the wind was blowing across. So we actually had the mic down low where it was being blocked by the sides of the gondola, so which helped the audio in the cars. Anyway.
I have a question here. as you kind of progress in your career of filmmaking, you know, on here you can see you were the writer, producer, director, editor, and, you know, cinematographer. As you're getting more through your career, are you kind of wanting to let some of that go? Because I'll say, for personal experience, I don't really, as much as like I like to call myself a director, photographer, and, you know, a cinematographer, whatever. I hate like picking up the camera and lugging it around. That's like my least favorite thing. So it's like now I'll hit up Aaron Bandy and I'm like, man, I just want you kind of do that kind of part of the job, and I just kind of want to like make the image pretty, but I want you to kind of do all the hard part when it comes to being a cameraman. So are you kind of slowly wanting to kind of not do as much and focus on like that one thing that you love doing?
Yeah, that's a good question there, because we're having you and Aaron come up and help us with another short film we're filming in December, and that's part of the reason is every film, and I've talked to my actors about this too, I apologize halfway through because it's like, I don't feel like I'm giving you enough attention, you know, because I'm over here, I'm trying to get the lighting, I'm trying to get, is this in focus, you know, is this the right lens, f-stop, and all this technical stuff, how is this framed, you know, and it's basically I let the cast go on their own. Luckily for me, I've had an incredible cast on all of our films, and just, you know, professionals. And there are times where we can go in and we get set up early, and then me and the cast sit around and kind of talk a little bit, but a lot of it's, you know, they're coming up with a lot of the stuff on their own. And
I
wish I could work with them more.
Right, and like that's the thing, as us, like our team as well, like, you know, there's only so much you can do until you start realizing that team, like you need to build that team, because it's so hard to be a one-man army, man, and it's just like, it's really draining. And like, I'll say it every time, man, every time I get done with the film, I'm like, I don't want to make a movie again, because it's so fucking stressful, you know? Yeah. So yeah, I would definitely recommend, man, find your team, because the moment you do that, I feel like you can really become the director you want to be, the cinematographer you want to be, you know? Like, definitely find that team you can be a part of.
That's what we're here for, you know? Yeah. We help you find new people.
Yeah.
There was a shot on Tea Party where I think that played a part. I set up the shot, and Mike was running sound for us, and he even asked me, he goes, am I clear of the frame? And I said, yeah. But we were moving so fast, and for some reason, I didn't see him in the frame. And I just responded automatically, yeah, you're out of the frame. We shot it and replayed it, and he's standing right in the frame. I go, what in the world was I looking at? I was
exhausted.
I was so, you know, because that film we shot all in one day, so we were moving fast. I was trying to think of, okay, how are we going to get them into makeup? What point do we go makeup? Because we can't go back after we start the makeup, and it was, yeah, you kind of start to have this blindness as to what's actually in the frame, because you're focused on too many things.
Right. So we have a question here from Michael. He says, okay, no technical question. Name the directors that influence you most. But real quick, don't hate me. I got to run to the restroom. I've drank too much. So while I'm gone, feel free to answer that question. I'll be fast. Go ahead. Who's your most influential directors?
Most influential.
I know one
directors.
of them.
And who is that one?
Tarantino.
Very good. Quentin Tarantino is a big influence on me. I just love his passion for filmmaking. You can see it come through in every frame. And I do, even though I write and direct films like On Top of the World and Oliver Short, you know, my true love is kind of the action, darker, horror, thriller type stuff. But one thing I've noticed about my work is I don't necessarily make the films that I watch, which is odd to say. I think it's kind of an odd dynamic. But, you know, stories like this is something personal that I want to say and get through. But when I sit down, I like to be entertained, and Quentin Tarantino entertains me. Another one is, this is kind of an off-the-wall one, but Chad Stahelski. Do you know who that is?
I don't, but what name a big movie they made?
John Wick.
Okay, yeah. No, I like John Wick. That's one of the only movies I like Keanu Reeves in. I don't know why I'm not a big fan of Keanu Reeves, but I love John Wick.
John Wick. Well, hey. Chad Stahelski is.
Thanks for joining us, Michael.
Yeah, he's back.
I told you I was quick, man. What up,
Did you wash your hands?
Did you say Quentin Tarantino already?
We talked about Tarantino.
Okay. Dang it, I missed it.
Did you have anything to say about Tarantino?
You know, here's the thing. No, I love Tarantino. Here's the
People either love him or hate him, and
well,
I completely understand both sides of why
here's the
that
thing.
is.
I don't hate Tarantino. I just got to say I didn't love, and you're going to hate me, man. What is it? The new film he just came out with.
Oh,
What's
the
Upon a
Hollywood
Time
Time in
in-
Hollywood.
Yeah.
I just it was super slow for me, and I think it was super slow for me, and I don't know, man. It was like I was waiting for something to happen, and then Damien, my friend, he tells me maybe because I didn't really know anything much about Sharon Tate, like that's why I didn't follow that story along too
Possibly.
much. But the last 10 minutes of the film is phenomenal. I'll say that. that whole up to that, I was like, man, I don't really like this film. And the moment the last 10 minutes of the film, I was like, yep, you got me, Tarantino. You won, man.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is the most un-Tarantino-like Tarantino movie.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, that's most unlike him. It's not as violent. It's a little bit slower. Yeah, I kind of knew the Sharon Tate story going into it, so I was interested to see how he did his little alternate history on that. Just because
is that accurate to what like actually happened, or is it kind of?
No.
No. Okay, I wasn't sure. Like again, I know nothing about the story.
Yeah, Sharon Tate was actually murdered, and in this movie, she's not. You know, and it's.
That's true.
I think Tarantino did that as a way to kind of therapeutic release to. We wish Sharon Tate was able to continue on with her career.
Right, yeah.
And the others that were involved with that. And I apologize, I don't remember the other names of the victims. But, you know, I think it was Tarantino kind of going through that therapeutic release on we could have had her longer, but this terrible event happened. And it was kind of taking it out, kind of his style of revenge.
Right.
Is the way I kind of took it.
And that's cool, actually, to kind of do something like that, you know?
But I will say, even though I'm a Tarantino fan, I don't love all of his work.
I mean, you're speaking to a guy that hasn't even seen Pulp Fiction yet, though. So
I'm sure you've said this before, but what's your favorite movie?
From Tarantino? From Tarantino, it's actually Django Unchained.
Oh, that movie. So I've seen that one, and that one's so good, man.
That's my favorite one, and then probably Inglourious Bastards after that, and then Hateful Eight. Pulp Fiction, it was okay. I like pieces of it. I like parts of it.
Isn't Django the one where like Leonardo accidentally got so into it he broke that glass and cut his hand open?
Yep.
And they kept that shot. That's so cool.
The least favorite Tarantino movie is Death Proof.
I haven't even heard of that.
I watched that.
Is that older?
I don't remember where it falls in his filmography. I think it was after Pulp Fiction. But it was just, it seems like a bloated movie. It could have all been done in a short.
Okay.
He kind of took his dialogue to an extreme and the lengthy scenes. And it was kind of lengthy scene here, a little bit of action, lengthy scene here. And it felt bloated.
Okay.
And I just didn't really find that one entertaining. But then we were talking about Chad Stahelski. Chad Stahelski, which it seems like odd for a director's choice, but he comes from the stunt world. He did stunts on The Matrix.
Oh, wow.
And I do believe he worked on some Marvel movies too, but he directed John Wick. And I just love how John Wick is stylized and the style of fighting and how it's shot and the camera work.
See, that's another movie I haven't seen yet, man. That's the movie I need to get on because I hear a lot about it, and I've seen clips of it.
If you don't like Keanu Reeves, it will make you.
I love Keanu Reeves. I think everyone loves Keanu Reeves.
I don't like Keanu Reeves, but I loved him. I loved him after John Wick.
Dude, Keanu Reeves is awesome. What don't you like about?
I don't like him as an actor. I just don't like his acting.
Okay, here's Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves, I love him in movies like John Wick, but he's he has one note, is what I say.
I think that's the reason I don't like him.
He doesn't have a wide range of different acting abilities. I don't believe if you put him in a romantic comedy, he's going to fail. But John Wick, he kicks ass, and I actually like him better in John Wick than I do The Matrix. And Nick Messersmith was on my podcast, and we had talked about that.
He's actually on here real quick. He said, Kevin, yes.
Yep. We had talked about that, and we had said John Wick, the fighting style in John Wick fits Keanu Reeves better than the fighting style he tried to use in The Matrix.
I agree.
And it's just, I think Chad Stahelski really put a good movie together. And so he's one of my favorite. The Coen Brothers. Love the Coen Brothers. My favorite.
Coen Brothers, good.
My top favorite movie, of course, is Star Wars. I don't know if you want to talk about that. But
I'm down.
My second favorite movie is Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Oh my God, I love that film, man.
It's an amazing film.
I remember watching that film so much as a kid. And I think that's what made me fall in love with, what's his name?
George Clooney?
George Clooney.
George Clooney,
Yep.
man. And then that
That's
song
my favorite
that he
George
sings.
Clooney role is in
Oh,
that.
it's so good, man. I love George Clooney. He was
I
also
think
on a
that's how
podcast.
everyone was introduced, like at our age, to George Clooney.
Could have been, yeah, dude. Yeah, it was so good. What? So was that movie based off Hurricane Katrina? Because there's that big flood at the end, or no? That's
No,
completely not.
it's like the
No, that's
Odyssey.
it.
It's actually written
Way
it's
back in
like-
the day.
It's written based off of like Homer's Odyssey or something.
Right. Yeah, I
it's
feel
kinda
ridiculous
stylized
even
after
saying
that,
Katrina
but-
now. We got
That's
another
okay.
question here from, Michael says it came out after Jackie Brown.
Okay.
And then Jake of all trades says, do you like Sam Hargrave? Hargrave?
Sam Hargrave. I don't think I'm familiar.
What has he
could be-
made?
When the first John Wick, Chad Stahlski was actually working with somebody. Would that be Sam Hargrave that he worked with?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm
Jake,
sorry, I don't-
fill us in here, man. Who is that guy? Michael says Death Proof was a Grindhouse special with fellow director Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Nah, I can't talk. And then, not true, watch Walk in the Clouds. I don't know what he was referencing there. What were we talking about?
Walk in the Clouds. I'm
Not
sure.
true, watch Walk in the Clouds. What did I say? Did I say something wrong here?
Maybe they're talking about a Tarantino movie that was not good.
You know, I don't know.
Sure.
I'm not sure if his Hargrave is another stunt guy turned director. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
So, what has he made, Jake? Is there anything like notable that we've might have seen? Oh, he did Extraction. Oh, okay.
Oh,
And
okay.
Atomic Blonde. Okay, I know that guy is.
Yep.
Those are some great movies. Have you seen Extraction?
Yep.
There's that
Very good
oneer in
movie.
there that's so good. Makes me want to do oneers. Walk in the Clouds had okay. Is that a romantic comedy then, I'd assume?
Is he
Kevin
good
knows.
in that one?
Is he good?
Is he-
Well, he said not true, so I'd imagine.
Okay, I better check that one out then. I apologize. If Keanu Reeves is listening, I should probably go watch that.
Hey, and Keanu, if you
know
want
what?
to
I
come
feel
on the
bad
show.
because everyone talks about how he's such a nice guy.
He is.
Oh, he is an amazing guy.
Don't you disfame his
I know
name, Dylan.
because I just feel like I mean, I just like I don't know. I feel bad when I talk down on the guy.
Yeah, you'll get canceled, so don't say anything bad
Yeah.
about
Oh,
him.
yeah. I will say I haven't met him. I would love to meet him.
Oh
And,
my God, yeah, dude, he would
he
be great.
is.
Are you a Matrix fan?
Yeah, I am.
Are you excited for the new one coming
Absolutely,
out? Yeah,
absolutely.
it's gonna be great.
He is the kind of guy that you want your kids to look up to.
Yeah.
I mean, what he does and everything how he treats other people. I actually, as I was sitting off to the side, I was watching a video. They show him carrying equipment.
Oh, really?
On the set of John Wick 4, he's actually carrying the equipment around.
There's a
helping
John
the crew
Wick
out.
4?
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen the
I need
first
to
two.
watch
I
John
haven't
Wick.
seen the third one yet.
They're filming John Wick 4.
That's great. At this point, he's
I'm
probably
going
like,
straight from here. I'm going and getting in line at the movie theater.
There you
for
go.
it.
There you go. So is he probably a producer now, I assume, at this point, for the John Wicks?
I'm not sure of that.
Because
He's so nice. I'm sure he's a producer for every movie ever being made.
He should be. He should be. Let's see here.
And then, of course, Steven Spielberg. I mean, he's a given as far as a master director.
No, it's not going to be good. Sorry, Matrix fans. Nick Messerschmidt said that.
Oh, the new
What's not
Matrix?
going to be good? He doesn't believe it? You don't think the good Matrix, or you don't think Matrix is going to be good, Kevin? Or Nick?
I mean, the trailer
Come
was a
on!
little weird. I'm not going to lie. The trailer was a little weird, but you know what? It's the Matrix.
Matrix,
It has to be good,
But
though.
arguably,
It has
Matrix
to be.
2 wasn't that great.
I mean,
Yeah, it wasn't.
the first one's hard to beat.
I will say the first one was my favorite.
Yeah, the first one is. Yeah, it's a great film.
They lost me a little bit when they had all
when they can fly.
John Smith. Well, the Agent Smith, I guess it is. They had like thousands of them, and they're all digitally added.
Neo is able to fly. That was
just-
weird in my opinion.
It kind of went.
But the idea of the Matrix is just so cool, though.
It is.
Yeah.
It's I mean, it's iconic, man. At this point. So going forward, what sort of what projects are you working on? What are you excited about? I know you're working on pre-existing something that you're working on. Anything else as well?
Well, we have the pre-existing short coming up in December that we're going to film. We just got done filming. I did a little project with my family. I haven't gotten behind the camera since we shot On Top of the World and then The Most Forgettable Man back in summer of 2019. So it's been about 2 years since I ran the camera. and actually got a new Black Magic camera that I used.
Yeah, that's actually
And
exciting.
so-
What made you want to go with the Black Magic? Because I'm sure you probably did a lot of like, oh, do I want this? Do I want this? What made you want to go with Black Magic?
Well, I wanted the ability to go to 4K to start
Yes.
with, and all the T6i could do was 1080. So I wanted to get up
Was
to
the
4K.
T6i even able to do 60 frames? Was it able to go slow-mo?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah? Okay.
Never used it, but yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But the Black Magic gave me the ability to go 4K. Also the price.
Yeah,
I'm
you can't
broke.
beat it for like
As I said
cinema
before, I'm
quality,
broke.
man. Like
Yeah.
the Black Magic has it. It's like the only thing that's always set me back was the battery life. Do you have the 6K or the Pro, or is the battery life not really an issue for you? Or
The battery for this project that we're doing, I shot it with my family and only my family. My granddaughter actually stars in it. It's a little dark, couple-minute short film, little dark take on Little Red Riding Hood.
Okay.
And so we were out in the woods and stuff. And yeah, the battery sucks.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten the external battery pack for it yet. So yeah, the internal battery didn't last very long. So I was charging it in between. We did some shooting, then I had to charge it and do some more shooting. So that's another project. I'm actually editing that right now.
Okay.
And we're trying to raise money for a feature film called Until the Music Fades. We haven't, our WeFunder campaign didn't go so well, but
So I've never heard of the what did you say? The WeFunder?
WeFunder. It's
Is it different from GoFundMe and Kickstarter?
It's a little bit different in that you're actually investing money. You're not just donating money.
Okay.
So you would actually invest money and you would get a return on it. And so you would get your 100% back when the film made money, and then you get like 20% on top of that.
Okay.
And it didn't go as well. We wanted to try it to see how it would go, because we've heard some films have had success doing that. We didn't.
What was your big goal for that?
Well, we wanted 250,000.
Okay, yeah. I mean, but you never know that, man.
Right.
You got to shoot your shot.
Right. And that's a little bit different with WeFunder. It is the bigger dollar projects.
Right.
You're never going to get, well, I won't say never, but it's very, very tough to get 250,000 on, Kickstarter,
Yeah.
Indiegogo, or anything
yeah.
like that.
100%.
But dealing with investors, you would hope that you could be able to get a bigger amount. So there's, if you look out there, there's $500,000 films and $1 million films, and they're looking for investors. The problem that we ran into is you still need that base to give, I think it's 20,000, if I remember right, get up to the 20,000. And then WeFunder actually expands your reach out to all of their investors.
Oh, wow. So
And
if
that
they also want a
presents you to
piece
their
of
investors.
the...
Right.
Oh, okay.
But you have to be able to show that you have that base, provide that first money in the first investors, and then they open it up to their bigger investors. So that didn't go as well as we had hoped. But
maybe we could put a little fundraiser on Indie Social.
Yeah,
There you
man.
go.
$250,000. Let's go.
Let's do it. Maybe we can dye our back hair purple.
I don't have back hair.
I don't either. Start growing it.
So at this point where we're at in that project is we do have an executive producer that we signed with from TPT Films.
Okay.
And he's actually going out to investors and pitching the film.
That's awesome.
So he's
Yeah.
working on our
So
behalf.
did you have to create a whole pitch deck and everything like that?
Yep, we had to create a pitch deck and then a one sheet for him. And we actually put together it's a rip reel. So it's a trailer for it. It's a fake trailer. So you use actual snippets from other films to put together.
Oh, to
and show
kind of
the
like
tone.
what I want it to be,
Yeah,
sort of like a
show the tone
lookbook
in
type
the
of
movie.
I
vibe.
remember seeing that. That was really cool, and I thought
think
it was
I've
the
seen that.
movie first.
So when the music fades, I think I read a little bit about that. That was sort of, is it kind of inspired by that film with Lady Gaga and whatnot? What is it called?
A Star is Born.
Star is Born.
No.
No? Okay.
But when it came out, when some producers out in California read it, it drew comparisons to that.
Okay.
So yeah, that was one kind of a...
Is that a script written by you as well then?
Yeah, it's a script written by me, and unfortunately, I wrote it before the new A Star is Born came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know A Star is Born was coming out. I wrote it several years ago, before this, and it's been sitting around, and I've been doing revisions on it and working with different people on it. And then when A Star is Born came out, I was like,
Oh, damn.
This is either going to help us or hurt us.
Yeah.
No, I thought the same thing when I read the script. But after you read the script, it's nothing like A Star Is Born.
It's nothing like it.
But I can see the comparison. I can, but it's still really good, and it's really not the same because it's almost like a father-daughter type bond going on in there. It's not like a lover relationship by any means.
It actually is probably closer because it has country music. It's kind of a country music scene. It deals with a runaway that runs into kind of this washed-up country musician who is suffering from a debilitating disease, and it probably is more in line with film Crazy Heart, if you remember that one.
I haven't seen that.
Probably more so than A Star Is Born, but when A Star Is Born got so big, it drew obvious comparisons to it being the music and everything like that. But,
we have some questions here. Question for all of you: what are your feelings towards Boondock Saints 3 being confirmed? I don't even know what that is.
Boondock Saints
is that a good film?
Amazing.
I'm told it's a good film. Is it?
It's really good. It has Norman Reedus in it. That's all that matters. I'm a huge Norman Reedus fan. But Keanu Reeves is in the third one.
Okay. Is it an action film?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's about these two Italian, help me out, who like thugs. I don't want to say thugs. What do they do? It's been forever since I've seen it.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen the first two, but they're kind of hitmen, but they kind of have a religious, moral background to what they do.
They're two total badasses.
Okay, I'll have to check it out.
I really want to watch it again. But yeah, no, Keanu Reeves.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be in the third one.
And then we got a question here. Jake says, "Yo, Blackmagic Pocket 4K rocks. Are you using Resolve to edit it now, or you edit with?"
Not yet. I'm still using Adobe Premiere.
Dude, I've tried to go to Resolve, and it's hard, man. Because I've been in Premiere for so long, learning something new editing's completely different, and I get so like, man, I don't know what I'm doing. I'd rather just go Premiere. But I don't know if you ever had the problem, like my Premiere crashes on me all the time while I'm in the middle of an edit, and it makes me want to break my computer. Does that happen to you a lot, or am I just unlucky?
Yeah, it's happened a few times.
Yeah,
I do have Resolve installed. I've been trying to play around with it, but it's
crazy that
I don't have the time quite yet to sit down and really delve into it.
If I gave it a shot, I could cancel my subscription with Adobe and save like $50 a month. So I should probably just learn so I can save money here. We got another thing here. It says, Kevin, I have a cheap battery solution. Hit me up. So Jake says, hit up Jake. He'll tell you how to save battery power. Wes Worthing said, "Hi Kevin, 2 things. I'm enjoying your dad's book, and thanks for being an awesome supporter of the Iowa film community."
Well, you're welcome. The Iowa film community is awesome. When we first started, I didn't realize that it even existed. When we did Oliver Short, I had no idea there were other filmmakers out there doing it.
How did you find Iowa Film?
Isn't it weird? Because I don't even know. It just kind of stumbled upon it one day.
It kind of popped up on my Facebook one day, I think.
It's like, oh shit, people make
But I started going through Film Freeway and finding the film festivals in Iowa and just started sending it stuff out. And then I started meeting people. And it's like, wow, I didn't realize so many people were actually doing this. Right. And then I realized, wow, these guys are really good. And I'm like, I better step up my game because I still think I look at all my films and go, I'm still not up to all you guys yet, because
stop it.
Yeah, you stop it.
You are one of.
Well, that's why Tea Party performs so well.
I don't want to say one of us. I do the easy work. You guys do the hard.
I'm my biggest critic, though.
I think that's with everyone. Like everything I've made, I hate. Like I look at stuff and I'm like, man, am I even good at what I'm doing? I think you're constantly, especially being an editor.
Man. Rosie's necklace, like, dude, seriously, you and Brittany, every time you guys come out with something new, it's your guys' best work.
Well,
I know the feeling though. We can commiserate.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's like especially being an editor, I think seeing the film 200 million, 500,000 times, you're like, dude, I don't even know if like it's good anymore at this point. Because I hate it by the time I'm done editing it, because you've seen every bit of it, man. And then even more worse, it's like now you have to cut around stuff that you maybe messed up being the cinematographer and director. Like, shit, I should have like directed this better. That way editing wasn't such a nightmare. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's constantly. And it's probably with a lot of people. You just don't think you're good at what you're doing. Yeah. I always wish I could see my stuff with fresh eyes. And I think I get that when like it's been multiple years that I haven't seen it, I can go back and kind of appreciate it. But, you know, even then it's kind of hard.
I did that with Run, our feature film. I had edited it once, we got it out and people saw it and it was out. And the more I watched it, it's like, I want to fix this one little part. You know, and now with our technology these days, we can go back in and just fix that one little part.
That's true.
So I went and fixed it, and then I saw this other part I wanted fixed, and then I saw this other part that, well, while I'm in there, I'll just fix this too. And before I got done with that, I was recutting the film from beginning.
Wow, let me take down the original version. I'm gonna make a whole remastered version.
I took down the original version.
Cut came out.
It took me an entire year, but I recut it, put new music on it. Did the color grade again on it and new special effects, and I'm much happier with it. But I remember when I first edited it, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
And then as I learned more and I saw more and did more editing on other films and stuff, I was like, nah, I want to change this, I want to change that.
Yeah, and I'm always a person who, I always try to never go back to my stuff. Like, I've always thought about it because I'm a way better editor than I was when I started, obviously, hopefully. And it's like, I want to go back and I want to fix these things, but it's also like I'm always a person who wants to move forward and kind of let that thing that I hate, just let it be in the past, man, and like move on towards, you know, newer horizons.
Yeah.
But
I will say, like, Oliver Short, Nicholas Schnell actually edited that for me.
Okay.
He did a tremendous job on it. But I will say, when I started editing the films, it made me a better director. Because then when I knew what was needed in the edit bay, I knew what to get on set.
Yeah.
And I knew what to look for on set. So
And-
I'm glad I stepped in and started editing because, yeah, it did make me better on set.
Yeah, and I think
Being
that's
able to
so
do that.
beneficial where it's like if you can be a person, and I think that's what's great about starting out, if you can kind of learn a little bit about everything, that way you know what you're talking about when it comes to like when you do hire on a DOP or whatever, you can kind of be like, yeah, I've been in that place. I might not be as good as you, but like I know what I'm saying, and like I think that's super beneficial when you're starting out to kind of just like get little pieces of everything. You know, get a little bit of knowledge so you can kind of hang in the room with the best, and you know.
Yep. And I will say Nicholas also edited Tea Party. So he did a great
shout
job
out,
on that
man.
too.
Tea
Yeah,
Party.
shout out to Nicholas.
I've said it a million times, man. I love that film. I love the twist. It's why you won the award, man. Like, you know, like I still think it's one of the best. Like, would you call it a micro short or is it longer than 4 minutes? Or 5
It's 8 minutes.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely not a micro short
film,
then.
but I kind of feel, and I may have mentioned this earlier, I kind of feel like M. Night Shyamalan with it because now I came up with that twist. So now you start looking at every film going, how can I put a twist in here?
That's true.
And
On
M.
top
Night.
of the world, I was waiting for some kind of somebody to
Wait for a
die.
zombie to come out.
Yeah, there you go.
M. Night, what do I say about him?
Have you seen his new movie?
Yeah.
I haven't checked it out.
I didn't care
I
for
get
it.
You didn't
scared
like it?
when
I
it
didn't
comes
like
to
it.
films like that.
I haven't seen it yet, but now you make me not want to see it.
I've wanted to become an M. Night fan so bad because some of his concepts are so interesting.
What's like one of a bigger film that I might
Split.
have seen?
Well,
was a
Six-
big one.
Split is good.
Yeah, Sixth Sense was his
Sixth
start.
Sense is good.
So then he's trying to live up to that twist on all these films. And I liked Devil. I thought The Village was okay to a point.
Oh, I couldn't get into
The
Village,
Happening
but-
was a train wreck.
Yeah, a lot of people
from the
say that. I
beginning.
haven't seen that yet
Yep.
either. Let me see here.
But I wish I could like him, but I keep spending money on his films trying to. Maybe this one.
Maybe
Maybe
this
this
will be
one.
the one that I finally like you. Question for Dylan: what opportunities did the Miles Spider-Man film create? Any opportunities? Have you became famous?
Well, it's playing in December at the Los Angeles Comic-Con, which is really cool, and I know Bruce Campbell's gonna be there.
Are you gonna try to go there?
No, dude, I won't even go there. I get recognized at gas stations now, which is really cool. It keeps happening. I go to the gas station and people come up to me and they're like, "Spider-Man." So that's really cool. I get noticed, so I'm like low-key famous.
There you
is
go.
Cool. It's cool. Has it helped my acting career? No. Has it boosted my ego? Yes.
Yeah, I can vouch for that.
No, I'm very happy with Miles. Miles 2 has been confirmed. It's going to be happening. So keep an eye out
to
for
even
that.
work with Tyrell, you know what I'm saying?
Tyrell
that guy's
is
cream
a
of the crop when it comes to Iowa,
fantastic
man. It's like
underground.
Tyrell, Bruce, you know, like those
Yeah.
guys, man.
I saw that film and it just blew me away.
Isn't it crazy?
That was one of
It's
those
such a
films
good
going, man,
movie,
I need
dude.
to step up my game.
Dude, those are one of the films like, nope, I'm good. I'm not even gonna try visual
and
effects.
just
Bro.
being
He's got
a-
it covered.
Just being an actor in that movie, I tell you what, like it felt like I was a little kid that just put on a Halloween costume, and I was just using my imagination, imagining like electricity all around my body, and I was pretending I was like a Super Saiyan from Dragon Ball Z. I was going grrr, and then he put like flashy lights around me, and and the rest is history. So it was really cool. No, I mean, I don't do it for the money. It hasn't made me a famous actor, no, but people love it, and that's all that matters.
So it looks like we're actually about at the end of the episode. But before we
leave, though, I just want to go back to Wes a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
The Iowa film community is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It is so supportive, and I'm glad I found it. I'm glad I'm part of it. Just such incredible work.
Yeah, real quick, I'll say my whole life I never knew people made movies in Iowa, and the fact that there's a whole page of people who make movies, it's awesome, man. So.
Yep. And I've talked to people from other states because with my podcast, Cinematic Heartland, I've talked to filmmakers in Minnesota, South Dakota, Illinois, Nebraska, Indiana, and I know they've said that at least several of them are envious of the Iowa film scene, just because it is so active and so many people taking part and getting involved in the work we're creating. So keep it up, everybody.
Yeah, and it's just like there's so many good filmmakers here, man, and like so many people that are going to go out and do great things. And it feels, I don't know how long Iowa film has been around, but I feel like we're kind of around like sort of right where it's like getting so good, you know what I'm saying? And it's like very proud to be a part of it. So
I'm just really sad that COVID happened because I feel like right before COVID, Iowa film was becoming, well, not just Iowa film, but like the film festival scene was just like at its peak where like things were just getting so intense and like the films were getting just so intense, and then COVID happened, and then like things are now like took a plummet. So I just know, like, give it like another 5 years, and I just feel like the Iowa film scene's gonna be like really intense.
Yeah, man, I hope so.
We got some pretty big things coming. We just gotta recover.
Yeah, and I think as filmmakers, as we continue to
me and
stuff.
Kevin here, we were just talking about a cool movie coming up. I'm holding you to it, man. We're gonna do something cool.
There we go.
We're gonna do it. I'm gonna have a beard, full beard. I'm working on it.
But yeah, with everything that's happened in my personal life, because as many of you know out there, I put Cinematic Heartland on hold for a while, and still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with that. But with my wife having her stroke back on September 5th, it's been everything kind of shut down for myself for a while.
Yeah.
And but yeah, a lot of the film community reached out. Wes in particular, I can't mention him enough. He is amazing,
yeah, he's
amazing
a good
gentleman, and I really appreciate all the support that I received from the Iowa film community.
Well, I'm
and
happy
my
she's
wife
doing
received.
great, man. Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah.
Yep, we're taking it one day at a time. Some days are better than others, but we're moving forward. And
yeah, I mean, Ben was just on here recently too, and he was kind of. Do you know Ben Rollins?
Yeah.
He was on the show. I think he had a stroke 2 years ago, and like, man, he's killing it, dude. He's you just keep fighting and you'll get stronger, and yeah, man. So we're all happy that she's doing well and everything's going good.
Thank you.
Jake says all the best to your wife, Kevin.
Thank you.
And then Michael says, I'd love to be on any podcast in the future. Michael, we're going to get you on here. Kevin will get you on when he gets back up.
Which Michael are we talking about? I can't see the comments. Oh, yes, Michael.
He made The Entity.
Yes, I love Michael.
Yeah,
I haven't met him yet, but I love you.
The Entity is awesome.
The Entity is awesome. Yeah, it was a good film. It was shot so well, man. But anyway, as we wrap up here, man, where can people find you if they want to get some more Kevin?
Go to ilikeikefilms.com. That's the easiest spot. We have the email address out there, all of our social media links. So.
And you have merch.
We have merch.
Really?
Yeah, I'm doing some revisions on the store right now with my downtime, kind of messing around with it. But yep, it's ilikeikefilms.com.
And then Yeah, you can watch a lot of his stuff. You have a bunch of short films that people can check out,
Yep. All of our work right now is out on YouTube,
which is awesome. I love putting everything on YouTube to let people watch it. So,
Yep.
yeah, man. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Our next big show for Indie Social will be November 14th. We're going to have Aaron Bandy and the crew from Big Iron on here to premiere Big Iron. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun episode, so make sure you tune in then. But other than that,
November 14th?
November 14th, they had to move it. So it was going to be November
Well,
7th.